special meeting of the Committee of the Whole to order at 6:02 p.m. on Tuesday, February 16th, 2001. Pursuant to Governor Pritzker's Executive Order 2020-07, Executive Order 2020-10, Executive Order 2020-18, Executive Order 2032, Executive Order 2020-33, Executive Order 2020-39, Executive Order 2020-44, which collectively suspends the Illinois Open Meetings Act, requirements regarding in-person attendance by members of the public body during the duration of the Gubernatorial Disaster Proclamation issued on June 26, 2020. Members of the Committee of the Whole may be participating, meeting through teleconference. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to Governor Pritzker. I'd like to ask at this time, all elected officials confirm that they can hear one another. President Vandenberg?
Yes.
Clerk Therian?
Yes.
Trustee Berg?
I hear you.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
I can hear you.
Trustee Galante? Absent. Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
And present. All the materials for this meeting are available on the village's website, and we recommend the members and the public follow the agenda as posted. After members have spoken, I will afford public comment as follows. Once I, the chair, have a list of the public commenters, I will call on each person present at the meeting and afford them 3 minutes for their comment. Further time up to an additional 3 minutes may be granted by a motion of the village board. Public was also provided the opportunity to submit a request until noon today by email to clerk's office at tinleypark.org or by placing their written request in the Dropbox at Village Hall to participate publicly via a live telephone call at the relevant portion of the public meeting. The public was provided the opportunity to submit written comments until noon today by emailing their public comments to the clerk's office at tinleypark.org or by placing their written comment in the Dropbox at Village Hall. Written comments will not be read aloud. And finally, each vote taken at this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Berg. Here. Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Present.
Trustee Galante. Absent. Trustee Glatz.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Yeah. Present. Sorry.
No problem. President Vandenberg.
Present.
Item 2, I'd like to make a motion to consider approval of the minutes of Special Committee of the Whole held on February 2nd, 2020. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Cindy. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Item number 3, Mike Mueller, would you mind taking this one?
Yep, no problem. So we're gonna have Priscilla come up and present a Cook County Class 8 incentive agreement, request for the property located at 17200 Oak Park Avenue on behalf of Rocky Holdings LLC.
Good evening, everyone. James Baxter of Rocky Holdings LLC has purchased the property at 17200 Oak Park Avenue, otherwise known as Springford Hall. He proposes to invest $300,000 to $400,000 to renovate the ground floor of the building. As you all know, this location has been 100% vacant since September of 2011 and is within the Main Street North TIF district. Briefly, the property is approximately 15 years old and consists of 8,700 square feet of retail space. And we're speaking solely about the units at the bottom, the commercial space. Renovations to the space include potentially a new patio, improvements to the ceiling, bathroom additions, as well as upgrades to the space to potentially subdivide it into individual units. Mr. Baxter is currently in discussions with a salon, a fitness center, a dance studio, and a restaurant. Rocky Holdings LLC is a holding company, and James Baxter is 100% owner of Rocky Holdings. He also owns Cody Real Estate Advisors based out of New Hudson, Michigan. He has family in the area, and that's how he became aware of the property. He has 25 years of experience in the real estate industry and plans to remain a long-term investor. We expect, with the renovations, to potentially increase the property tax value of the location, but also generate additional sales tax depending on the type of businesses that lease this space. He estimates that the individual tenants will create 16 full-time jobs and 10 part-time jobs and assist in making downtown Tinley Park a vibrant destination. This property is in the Bremen Township District, which automatically qualifies it for a Class 8 under Cook County. As you all know, we've done these Class 8s for both commercial and industrial properties that are within the townships allowed. It's technically a 10-year incentive that's renewable in the 10th year. So what it does is it lowers the, as you know, the tax assessment from the commercial rate of 25% to the residential rate of 10%. The Economic and Commercial Commission recommended this Class 8 for approval at their February 8th meeting with a vote of 9-0, and staff requests consideration for village board approval of a Class 8 incentive for this property. Are there any questions? And I believe we also have James Baxter on the line if you'd like to direct any questions to Mr. Baxter.
Anyone want to add anything?
How many businesses can that hold? How many, I know you said he mentioned 5 different ones.
He is discussing with one tenant taking the entire space, but there is potential to subdivide it into 6 units.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add, I really like that building, and I'm glad to see someone finally pick it up, and I want to put something in there.
Agreed.
Okay, anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to move the Cook County Class 8 incentive request for the property located at 17200 Oak Park Avenue to the village board meeting tonight.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes,
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
motion carries. Thank you. Item number 4. Mike, do you want to take that one too?
Yep, so Priscilla's gonna talk to us again about the property located at 16820 Oak Park Avenue and their code compliance grant for MedPro Health Providers LLC.
Thanks, Trustee Mueller. Mr. Riz Villasenor of MedPro Health Providers proposes to convert a single-family residential home to a mixed-use building with a first-floor office and a second-floor apartment at 16820 Oak Park Avenue. As you all know, the plan has come before you in the past, and it's been approved. Just to remind you briefly, he's proposing to renovate the first floor of a 722-square-foot office to operate the business, and the second floor will be renovated into a 752-square-foot apartment. He currently leases in Tinley Park on Harlem Avenue. He has a home-based healthcare business, and in helping him relocate to Oak Park Avenue and providing this grant, we're retaining a business in town. He expects to have 7 to 8 employees on site, but the majority of his employees are in the field providing services to their clients. The applicant is requesting a code compliance grant for the sprinkler and fire alarm system in an amount not to exceed $15,497.50. At the February 8th meeting, I accidentally capped the fire alarm system at $2,000. However, that additional $2,000 for fire alarm systems is only when the project exceeds $35,000. In this case, that's not the case. The total project cost for both the sprinkler and the fire alarm system is $30,995, so the applicant is eligible for 50% of that, which is the amount I just quoted. The ECC was informed of the miscalculation, and I did not receive any feedback or comments, so the difference was $1,200 from the amount that they recommended for approval and what I'm presenting to you tonight. We had an approval with a vote of 6-0. 3 commissioners abstained from voting. I can answer any questions on that if there are any, but I am requesting consideration for village board approval of a matching code compliance grant not to exceed $15,000 $497.50 for the building at 16820 Park Avenue.
Thanks, Priscilla. Anyone like to add anything?
I think it's a great use for one of the older buildings in the village, so I think the ECC did a very thorough job as they asked questions about it during their meeting, so very comfortable with it. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you.
I agree, great job. You wanna make a motion, Mike?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to move the code compliance grant for MedPro Health Providers at 16820 Oak Park Avenue to the village board meeting tonight.
Second?
Second?
Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes,
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
motion carries. Thank you. Item number 5, Jake, you wanna take that one? And 6?
Sure. This item is a liquor license request for Cracker Barrel located at 18531 North Creek Drive. The petitioner has approached the liquor commissioner seeking to add beer, wine, and mimosa sales to their location in town. For the first time in the company's 51-year history, Cracker Barrel has started to roll out sales of beer and wine. They actually started to do this a little bit before COVID, and it's proven successful, so they're looking to make it permanent, hence the request before us today. Again, this would be for beer, wine, and mimosas only, and wanted to bring it before you all for review. There is a petitioner on the line as well if you have any questions.
Thanks, Hannah. Anybody wanna add anything, or?
I'm sorry, this is Nicole Levesque, the attorney on behalf of Cracker Barrel. I had a very difficult time hearing you just a moment ago during the introduction, so I apologize if there was a question posed at the very end. It was very choppy, but I'm happy to describe the request or to answer any questions that you, Mr. Mayor, or the trustees may have regarding our impending application.
I don't believe anybody has any questions, but I'll open it back up to the board. Does anybody have any questions for the petitioner?
No, sir.
Okay, there's no questions.
Does anybody wanna make a motion for this?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Roll call for item number 5. Trustee Burke.
Abstain.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Hannah, you want to take the next as well?
Item number 6, discuss a liquor license for Zinn Club Wine Bar, 18211 Harlem Avenue. Hannah?
I'll take this one as well, thank you. The petitioners, Tahoe and Ephraim, have approached the liquor commissioner seeking a Class A liquor license for a new wine bar concept. They're looking to open at 18211 Harlem Avenue, where the old Tin Fish was. They're looking to have, again, a wine bar concept with upper-tier whiskeys and retail sales of wine-related gift items. The appearance will be for a 21 over crowd and have a menu that offers cheese flights, charcuterie boards, bruschetta, Stonefire pizza, and desserts. I just want to add that this request, there will also be a video gaming request coming at the next board meeting. We needed some additional information and didn't make it in time for this board meeting. So before you right now is just the request for the liquor license. We do have a representative, Aaron, here tonight if there's any questions.
Clarification, that would be a variation, the next one from our code, because they're not a year-long business for.
Correct, and that's why it'll be before us next week with a additional gaming request as well.
My question to the board is, do you guys, because if the board doesn't approve the gaming, would you guys still go forward with the restaurant without the gaming, Aaron?
I'm sorry, would you repeat the question, please?
Would you go forward still, your group, if the gaming was denied and you just had the restaurant?
I would have to ask them that question specifically. This was originally planned and presented, as far as I understood, as a package, both the licenses together. I won't have an answer for you exactly at this point.
Okay. Right, whatever you guys wanna do, since they're tied together, should we, if you're gonna do the gaming, it would be on the next agenda anyways?
Correct.
So would you guys prefer to vote on this separately, or wait until they have the gaming application or whatever you have to do, and do them both at the same time? Because if we vote yes on this and no on the gaming, this is irrelevant.
We can wait.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is meaningless if the board didn't choose to give them gaming, and I haven't seen a layout, so I really don't know anything about it.
I have presented, we had emailed in this report that I have here in the red folders, and I brought copies for each of you to make sure everybody had a clear understanding. My role here is a community liaison, so I work with these clients to put together different business models that make sense for the individual communities that they're going into. Some of them want a wine bar concept, some of them want beer. In this particular location, you have a really great craft beer, and we want to work with that open bottle and complement what they're doing. And so we're here to be a partner in the community with something that complements that. For example, we're offering wine and a very high-end liquor, but not whiskeys and scotches. Seems to be a good business model in another location. So we are working together with the community.
Do the other facilities have gaming?
Yes.
How many facilities total are there?
So Tahoe's family has a series of CD liquor stores, and the CD liquor stores, including they previously owned the CD here in Tinley Park. So they have different business models, from just a liquor store with no food, no gaming, to wine bar concept with food and gaming in the back, to they do have a bistro opening up in Crest Hill, because Crest Hill did not want a full restaurant competing with the other restaurants there. So the models are different. This was put together based on what your community was looking for, in the best interest of having a good food offering and having wine and the high-end. The scotch and the whiskeys are very popular.
Okay. And there's no problem, Hannah, with, if this is gonna be a 21 and over crowd with our code for being close to the residents?
Correct, no issues.
Okay. So it's, however you guys wanna handle it, I mean, one goes with the other, it seems like. So, I mean, we could vote on this alone and then just wait till the gaming, or we could just do them both. You have to come back anyways, correct?
Correct, and the ordinance isn't on the board agenda tonight anyways, so even if you want to move forward with this for the time being, and then also just discuss the video gaming next meeting for final approval, that'd be fine.
So there's no harm to the business if we just wait. Okay.
Take it all.
Perfect. So, yeah, if you guys are great with that, Aaron, we'll discuss it all as once the, what is that, March 2nd?
Correct.
Okay.
And in here is my business card as well. If anybody has any questions, we certainly want to make this a partnering relationship with this community, and to make sure that we're doing what's in the best interest of this community, because that's going to serve our clients as well.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you all.
Yeah,
See you on March
thank you,
2nd. Item number 7. Bill, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to discuss resolutions supporting law enforcement agencies. Chief, do you want to
He would love to.
say a few words?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to thank the village for recognizing the importance of voicing opposition to House Bill 3653. They have some good points in here about increased training on crisis intervention and first aid training. However, there's some unfunded mandates, for example, body-worn cameras for everybody. I talked to Orland Park. It would cost them approximately $150,000 a year. It would cost us just slightly less than that, maybe between $100,000 and $125,000 a year. For not turning your camera on, it could be a Class 3 felony. There's other issues with that. Also, it removes the requirement for sworn affidavits for police misconduct, and I spoke with the village manager before. I said, we'll just be one big internal affairs department. if people don't come in and swear on an affidavit. The biggest concern, though, is qualified immunity. Although they like to tout that it's been taken off the table, it is not. We went to committee, and the committee is going to decide on whether or not it comes into effect, and that would come into effect July 1st of 2021. If qualified immunity comes in, we may lose officers throughout the state immediately because you no longer have any protections for your actions. I like to bring forth the case with CPD when they hit that house and it was the wrong house. Now, if you're on that entry team, the expectation is that the correct address is on there. So you go and you hit the house and you secure the house and you turn it over to the investigators so they can do their search. These officers, if there's not qualified immunity, although they were acting under the color of law and in good faith, if qualified immunity is removed, they could be sued and they could lose everything that they ever owned, everything they ever worked for. So to say that qualified immunity has been removed is not true. And there's many other things in this bill, but I just want to point out that Virginia, which is similar state to Illinois, and they were going through a lot of police reform, they voted it down. They saw the importance that the officers need qualified immunity. So I just wanted to speak on that and just to thank you for realizing how important it is that we voice our opposition to this bill.
Chief, can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Illinois Chief of Police Organization, I presume you guys are a pretty strong group?
I couldn't hear you, Mayor.
The Illinois chiefs, all the chiefs of police in the state of Illinois, I assume it's a pretty strong group of individuals?
Yes,
Did you guys advocate for this bill?
absolutely. They are in opposition of it.
They're in opposition, they didn't
Yes.
advocate for it.
Yes,
Did you guys work with the legislator at all in drafting the bill?
Well, no, this bill was passed in the middle of the night. It was, a lot of the representatives voiced their opposition because they were not allowed to review it properly. It was punched through in a lame duck term or whatever, and now I'm dealing with Representative Fran Hurley. I'm on conference calls with Fran once tomorrow to voice our opposition, to talk about it, and they're trying to put amendments to this bill, and qualified immunities on the top of that list.
Thanks, Chief.
Any other questions for him?
I just got a quick question. Pat, this is sitting on the governor's desk right now. This will become law in 60 days, 90 days, is it?
I believe so.
If it's not signed?
Yep, I believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe he's going to sign it. I think it's just going to sit there and then it's going to pass.
Okay.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Job well done. Number 8, receive comments from the public. Laura Gadet. Is there anything that was submitted electronically, or?
There was not.
There was not, so no. Is there anyone in the public? Let the record reflect, there are none, and one head shake no. I'll make a motion to adjourn the town meeting at 6:25 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Cindy. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes,
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
motion carried. We are adjourned.